What is going on, everybody? I am back today to talk about a film that the reason why I'm discussing this film, I recently reviewed a film called From Black that was released on Shudder. It was a Shudder original film, and it was a story about a young mother who was a drug addict that was trying to get her son back through this ritual ceremony. Every single review I read of this said it's like a dark song. It's exactly like a dark song. And a dark song has been available on Shudder a few times, a couple different streaming services. And for some reason, I've just never gotten around to checking it out. So I wanted to watch it and give my own opinion on it and see how similar these two films are and just see if the comparisons that people were making for it are valid. So the film I'm going to be discussing today is A Dark Song. A Dark Song is directed by Liam Gavin. A determined young woman and a damaged occultist risk their lives and souls to perform a dangerous ritual that will grant them what they want. So I didn't really know what to expect from this film other than I assumed it was going to be ritualistic ceremony after everyone talked about the similarities with From Black, and I thought this movie wasn't all that great. It's not the worst thing in the world, it's not the best thing in the world, it kind of just falls in the middle for me. And there are things I really like about it, but there's also a lot that I feel like it really falls short. So at the beginning of the film, we're introduced to Sophia. She is going to look at this house. She's trying to find this place where we find out later that she can perform this ceremony. And she ends up meeting with Joseph, who she's trying to hire to do this ceremony. We find out that she has tried multiple different other people. They have denied her the ability to do this. And the reason why she wants to do this is because she has lost her son and she wants to get her son back. Well, also while performing this ritual, Joseph wants to get something out of it as well. Whatever they're doing, they're going to communicate with these otherworldly entities, and they're trying to get something out of this long process. And the entirety of the film is the two of them going through this process together to eventually get to this end goal of both of them getting what they want. And that really is the entire film. And the first thing I want to say is I do respect the filmmaker for doing these occult rituals and these types of things to where it feels very realistic. It's not very exciting. It's really just kind of like mundane. There's not like swelling music that's playing. You're really getting the reality of if someone did this in real life, this is exactly the way that it is going to feel. But that is also to the film's detriment because with this runtime coming in at about an hour and 40 minutes, you get scenes that feel like the same thing over and over and over again with very little differentiation to really kind of make that third act punch really resonate as well as it should. And I did really like the third act, but it took everything in me to actually care about that because of just how uninvested I became throughout pretty much the middle 20 to 30 minutes of the movie, because there were a couple of moments that kind of build up tension between the two characters. You can tell they don't really know each other. They're getting in this very personal space. So really strange, uncomfortable interactions between the two of them happen throughout. But the way that it's paced and split apart, they don't ever really hit as hard as they probably should. And both of the actors do give really great performances. I'm not taking away from the fact that I think both of them do a really phenomenal job. The issue that I have is just how slow it moves along. And there's just so many moments that I felt like the director could have just cut things down and really focused and honed in on the importance of completing this the correct way, maybe adding more tense moments between the two characters so that build up would be there. But because there are so many lulls in the runtime, it's just really hard for me to care. Also, like, I do like some of the cinematography in this film, but it's mostly relatively flat and very darkly shot. So it's really hard to kind of stay invested. And I think about From Black, and one of the things I really liked about that movie, despite not thinking it was perfect, is I liked the element of the lead character dealing with drug addiction. I felt like that added another layered element into the film that really kind of created a better emotional dynamic, where this film, it's like you get the characters on a little bit of a surface level. There's a little bit of information revealed to them, but it's mostly just like the impact of this ceremony is supposed to be what keeps you engaged. And for me, that wasn't enough to keep me wanting to care as much. And I don't have a whole lot to say about this movie because it really is just that simplistically. There's not much more other than scenes over and over again up to this third act climax that I do think is shot really beautifully and has a very haunting image that I think will stick with you, but it really, to me, just doesn't earn it. It's so bland throughout the entire middle portion of the runtime that I really need something more to stick with me. So have you seen A Dark Song? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was okay. It's not really all that great. It's not terrible. It's just kind of middle of the road. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.